I'm Dr. Sebastian. I'm here in Huntington Beach, and I just want to answer some questions for you on denture repair. You know, I've made thousands of dentures in my career. I've repaired thousands of them. I've seen the repairs that some of the patients have tried to do, and usually the patients, they're turning out pretty disastrous. You know, but they're still going to try anyway. So I just want to talk about that for a second. You can repair something like this when you use crazy glue or some other kind of glue. If you don't position this exactly right, you'll never get this back together. So my recommendation is don't put crazy glue on this, because if you do, you can't get it back together. There's crazy glue just pretty bad, actually. So I'm going to show you how I do this repair. I don't use any kind of glue. I use a monomer and a polymer. This is the same type of material that the denture is made out of. This chemically bonds with the pink material. So the first step that I take is I make a model to do the repair. So I can orient the two pieces together. And after I have my model, I trim the pink acrylic and I pour that pink acrylic into the fracture. I'm going to show you how I do it. I've seen repair kits out in the stores. You know, you got to be really careful when you do things like this, but usually the repair acrylic is the better choice. If you're going to try to repair it, don't do it with crazy glue. It's not going to last anyway. So I'm going to mix this for you and show you how I do it. Sure, and usually what I do is I just grind the pink material. And I just want to grind this pink material so I can get my new material in here. So I'm grinding both sides of the fracture. Okay, and then I'm going to place this back on our model. And now the denture is repositioned. And there's a space in here. You see the space? That's where my new acrylic is going to be going. So I'm just kind of showing you where the space is. I'm going to pour my material into this space. So I'm showing you the space that I've created in the denture. And this is where our new acrylic is going to flow in here. Remember, this is an acrylic. And the acrylic is made of two components. It's made of a monomer and a polymer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the monomer and the polymer together, and it's going to bond to the pink acrylic. Before we start mixing, I'm going to put some monomer, which is the liquid, on the denture. And what I'm doing here is I'm just conditioning the surface of the pink acrylic, so with a new acrylic will bond on here. So all we have to do is just wet it, and our material should bond. So I'm going to mix our acrylic. And when we mix this acrylic, we want it runny. We don't want it thick. We want it runny. So we're just mixing to the consistency that we can work with. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to mix this acrylic. There we go. And this will flow right into the space. And that's half of our repair. And oh, actually it already flowed out on the other end. So this repair should turn out good. You know, it's okay to put excess in here because we can always grind it off, the excess. If we don't put enough in there, then we have to mix again. And then we have to try to add to it, but right now it's okay to add excess. It's easier to add extra than to and take it off than to not have enough and have to redo it again. So that's my repair. I'm just going to smooth it out a little bit. Okay, so we're going to let that set, and we'll come back a little bit later and finish our repair. This is the repair of the full denture. Okay, I'm going to start over again. This is the repair of the full denture. I use this jig to align the denture after I ground everything away. I poured my acrylic in here and I polished it. Now, one thing I have to say about these types of repairs is that, you know, if it breaks once down the midline, don't be surprised if it breaks again. You can't guarantee a repair like this. Sometimes these dentures have been in the mouth 10, 15, 20 years, and you have to realize that the mouth has changed during that time period. So when this denture was made originally, the gum was probably different. The denture is probably more unstable in the mouth than originally. So you can invest in a repair, and it might not fit the same anymore. The only way you can get it to fit better is to reline the denture. So if you have any question about cost, call me at 714-375-0959, or if you have another type of question, email me at info@ddsfor and the letter u.com.